Yo, paranormal peeps, what's happening? Richard Oliver. Right, you're wondering what this is about? Spiritual development. You guys have been asking for spiritual development. I don't know why, you must be off your nuts, but there you go. You get what you're given. So, I think we need to start right at the beginning, I think is the best thing to do. And the best thing to do that is we should go over some of the rules, I think, is the best thing. Yeah, because they're important, the rules. So, I know, nobody likes the rules, but you gotta do them with me, so if I put them, oh, bloody hell, that's how I go. Right. Love. Good old love. I don't know if that's backwards to you, but love. That's number one. That's key. Love. You need to know whose side of the fence you're on before you start this. Trust me. Meditation. Super important. Meditation is the key to spirituality. It's where you communicate with spirit. It's where you communicate with your subconscious. It's where you find out about things that you never thought really were an issue or bothered you or were in there. So that's really important as well. Faith. Super important, faith. Through this journey, you're going to have times where you're going to doubt it and you're going to be knocked and you're going to find alternative views. That's why faith is super important. And you'll understand as we go through this journey. Confidence. Ooh, biggie. Confidence. Because you're going to need confidence if you're giving a reading. If you get to the point, that's the road you go down, where you give a reading, you're going to doubt it. And you're going to be stuck in what to say, and you're going to think it's wrong. And that's where confidence comes in. There's no wrong and right. You were just a postman, you're just delivering the message. Just say it. If they can't take it, they might take it in the future. You tell them to hold on to it and you move on from there. Confidence is super important when developing, okay? And last but not least, personal responsibility. This is a must. This is the must. Because people look at you for guidance and you have to morally think what is the right thing to do or say. And you're going to be dealing with people from all different backgrounds and all different mental states, and you really have to be responsible, because your actions and your words can have dire consequences. So that's the rules. That's it. There's 5 of them. Sorry, you've done these 4. Yeah. So let's start off with the basics. You need to ask yourself, why do you want to develop? Now, spirituality and mediumship and psychic abilities, they do hold each other up. Spiritual awareness and spiritual development is more about dealing with life and dealing with the way you perceive life. Spiritual development with mediumship is spirit are constantly observing you, because that's the place you put yourself. So they're going to be looking at your actions, your mindset, how you feel about certain things. It's a lot to take in. Nobody ever told me about this when I started down this road. I just thought I was going to speak to, loved ones past and maybe pass some messages on. Didn't realise there's a lot more to it as you've done it. Ask yourself why. It's an important starting point. Why do I want to develop spiritually? But I haven't wrote it on these cards, but this does have a warning. And it's really important. And you're going to find them on YouTube, and you're going to find your Chads and your Aarons and your Starbeams, and they're going to have blonde hair with perfect teeth, and they're going to have swimming pools in their back gardens, and they're going to live on beaches and drive around in Volkswagen camper vans. That's not going to help anyone. that doesn't mean that you are spiritual. Okay, it's a life set. It's a set of skills that you portray in life, and it's open-mindedness, but it comes with its downfalls. It can be quite isolating. It can isolate you from the people around you, because what will happen is, as you start to develop, you start to see the world a little bit differently. And this is in the beginning. And you need to be aware of this before you start on this journey, because there is the old adage that ignorance is bliss, right? You've seen it in films like The Matrix. It really is, right? So there's always, and it should come with a warning, okay? It's alright putting things away that have affected you through your life and learning to cope with them and learning to deal with them. Yeah, that's brilliant. But it also adds things to your life that you may not have realised. So start there. Start with why. If you're experiencing the paranormal and you want to learn more about your own abilities, I'll cover as much as I can through these shows. I'll talk about healing. I'll talk about anything Reiki. Talk about being an empath, what it's like to develop with mediumistic skills, what it's like to be psychic, training with things like you can see by here, my crystal ball. We got different crystals. I'll talk about them if you want. I'll show you how to do the old tarot cards and how to read them and what that's like. I'll teach you about things like pendulums, whatever questions. If you've got questions, if you see this show and there's anything you want to talk about, put in the comments. We'll talk about it. But if we cover the rules, because like I said, they're the most important. Love. You really need to know whose side of the fence you're on. It's number one, right? Love is number one. It is something that you are going to be judged on if you go down the mediumistic road. Spirit, they're like a little earworm, and I worked with boys on the council, so you can be wrong, you can say funny things, and you can have a laugh, but you have to live a certain way, right? You have to portray a certain part of you, which is the real you, which is the point that we as people have developed to. We can progress forward spiritually. It's not hard. It's just a mindset. It's just a thought, you know. But it's these things are important. The rules are important. Love is important, guys, right? Because they're watching you on it, and they're looking at how you act in accordance to love. Meditation. Now, there's no good saying, "Oh, I've tried meditation, it didn't work," right? It's not like a game. I'm playing a board game or anything, right? Meditation, you're not going to sit there and spirit are going to come in and give you fantastical messages for you to pass on, right? You've got to look inwardly first. So meditation, right? There's two ways you can look at meditation. That I've done meditation for a long time, right? And you can either, when you close your eyes, you either look at the darkness on the back of your eyeballs, so you look into the darkness, or you look into your imagination and you see what comes through. Okay, now faith is the next one. Super important, absolutely has to be covered, because you're going to have your faith tested. And whatever faith you have, it's going to be tested. Okay, it's going to be doubt, and it's important to just keep, because each little step takes you closer to the point where faith is no longer needed, where you are a believer and you believe, and you've seen enough to know that whatever road you've gone down in discovering the truth, you found it. Confidence, as I stated, you need to be, if you hold back, spirit will get annoyed, they'll get frustrated. Now, you're just a messenger. It's not your message. You're not a performing monkey, all right? You're there to just pass a message on from a loved one, right? If the better you are, the clearer the message, the more that person appreciates it on both sides. So confidence is key. Don't ever think that whatever you're saying is wrong, because it might not hold relevance to that person, it might be somebody else. And you keep it in mind. And that person might pass it on to someone they know. Right? You just be confident and say, well, this is what I'm getting, hold it, write it down, keep it, pass it on. If it's not for you, wait a little bit, it might be a future thing. Right? It's confidence. It's absolutely important. Personal responsibility is self-explanatory. If you tell someone that they're going to buy a motorbike, this is just an example, and you say, I can see you driving around on this big super bike, and you're going to be, this person has been like, oh, I wanted a bike. You've confirmed it to them that they'll have this bike in their head. This is how psychology works. In their head, you've just reaffirmed the thing that they wanted. Now they go up on that bike, they drive down the road, bang, they're paralysed. Now would they have bought that bike if you didn't tell them to? And that's just a small example, right? You're going to come across bigger ones than that, right? But they're the rules. They're the rules that you need to think about, right? If you write them down, what I've just showed you in this video, what I just spoke about, they're the rules. You need to stick within the parameters of them rules, for starters, right? We'll go through things like grounding, meditation, I'll do spiritual protection, I'll talk about sage, and I got singing bowls, and I got different things that we use. Talk about how to stop negativity, how to keep yourself safe. I'll cover all them in the next video. This is just the first one, unfortunately, is the rules. And you need to sit and ponder on them, because you'll find some weird stuff within the rules. Okay, there'll be answers in there. And we'll go from there. We'll start off at the beginning. I was a security guard. I was a bit of a boy. I was doing the doors. I started in a church, and to develop my mediumship and develop spiritually. I was quite spiritual. I felt differently. If you're already there and you feel like you don't fit in to the societal norms and how other people act, then you're already there, right? You're already taking them steps forward to be in. And it doesn't mean you're a robot. It doesn't mean that you can't take the mick or have a laugh. If you've watched our channel, you know, we don't take much seriously at all, to be honest with you. In my life, I'm quite famous for not taking much seriously, except when it's important, when it's necessity. Everything will change. Grief will change, right? I'll talk about grief, how to deal with grief. Everything will change as you take this step forward. That's why I'm saying this comes with a warning. So, there it is, guys. That's the first video. Let me know if you want me to answer any of your questions or what you would like development on. I can take you through a meditation, I'll take you through grounding, I'll take you through whatever you ask me to take you through. If I don't know it, I'll find out and I'll run it through with you, and we'll go from there. So how does that sound, guys, right? And yeah, that's basically the start of it. So let us know, please comment. We've got a lovely little community on this page. The people on there are open-minded and they give their opinions, but they let you have your say. No question is silly. Okay? Trust me, I've been there. I've done some crazy stuff. I sat in a church. Like I said, been a bouncer. I was a bit of a boy. There's no question, it's too silly. Whatever you want me to answer, I'll answer. Follow the channel. And keep an eye out for the next video. And like I said, if you've got any questions, I'll answer them in the video. So here we are. Love and light, power peeps. I will see you in the next one. Take care.